But you see, if they didn't happen to be guilty, it would be almost a shame to punish them for the sake of the example." "They ought to have been guilty," said Barrington Erle. "They were guilty," protested Mr. Bonteen. Mr. Palliser was enjoying 10 minutes of recreation before he went back to his letters. "I can't say that I attended to the case very closely," he observed, "and perhaps, therefore, I am not entitled to speak about it." "If people only spoke about what they attend to, how very little there would be to say, eh, Mr. Bonteen?" This observation came, of course, from Lady Glencora. "But as far as I could hear," continued Mr. Palliser, "Lord George Carruthers cannot possibly have had anything to do with it. It was a stupid mistake on the part of the police." "I'm not quite so sure, Mr. Palliser," said Bonteen. "I know. Coldfoot told me so." Now Sir Harry Coldfoot was at this time Secretary of State for the Home Affairs, and in a matter of such importance of course had an opinion of his own. "We all know that he had money dealings with Benjamin the Jew," said Mrs. Bonteen. "Why didn't he come forward as a witness when he was summoned?" asked Mr. Bonteen triumphantly. "And as for the woman, does anybody mean to say that she should not have been indicted for perjury?" "The woman, as you are pleased to call her, is my particular friend," said Lady Glencora. When Lady Glencora made any such statement as this, and she often did make such statements, no one dared to answer her. It was understood that Lady Glencora was not to be snubbed, though she was very much given to snubbing others. She had attained this position for herself by a mixture of beauty, rank, wealth, and courage, but the courage had, of the four, been her greatest mainstay. Then Lord Chiltern, who was playing billiards with Barrington Erle, rapped his cue down on the floor and made a speech. "I never was so sick of anything in my life as I am of Lady Eustace. People have talked about her now for the last 6 months." "Only 3 months, Lord Chiltern," said Lady Glencora, in a tone of rebuke. "And all that I can hear of her is, that she has told a lot of lies and lost a necklace." "When Lady Chiltern loses a necklace worth £10,000, there will be talk of her," said Lady Glencora. At that moment Madame Max Goesler entered the room, and whispered a word to the hostess. She had just come from the Duke, who could not bear the racket of the billiard room. "Wants to go to bed, does he? Very well. I'll go to him." "He seems to be quite fatigued with his fascination about Lady Eustace." "I call that woman a perfect godsend. What should we have done without her?" This Lady Glencora said almost to herself as she prepared to join the Duke. The Duke had only one more observation to make before he retired for the night. "I'm afraid, you know, that your friend hasn't what I call a good time before her, Glencora." In this opinion of the Duke of Omnium the readers of this story will, perhaps, agree. End of Chapter 80. Recording by Laura Koskinen. End of The Eustace Diamonds by Anthony Trollope.